Imagine you're in the cockpit of a passenger jet, cruising at 30,000 feet. Suddenly, a siren blares, and an automated voice commands you to push the nose down and descend. But at that exact same moment, the air traffic controller on the radio is shouting at you to climb. In a split-second emergency, when hundreds of lives are on the line, who do you listen to? The human on the ground or the computer in the plane? To understand the answer, we have to look back. For decades, keeping planes apart relied entirely on people. Avoidance meant trusting ground-based radar operators, air traffic controllers, and pilots looking out the windshield. But as global air travel grew, the skies became incredibly crowded. With thousands of fast-moving metal tubes crossing paths every hour, relying purely on human eyesight and radar screens hundreds of miles away was no longer enough to guarantee everyone's safety. The solution was to put the safety net directly inside the airplane. It's called a Traffic Collision Avoidance System, or TCAS. It acts like an invisible electronic shield. Originally built for massive commercial airliners, it became so reliable that it's now standard equipment in smaller general aviation planes too. To survive in today's crowded airspace, an aircraft can't just wait for instructions from the ground. It needs the autonomous ability to perceive threats and protect itself. If you are studying to become a pilot, understanding how this electronic shield works is one of the most vital lessons you will learn. Si estás comenzando en el mundo de la aviación y quieres dominar estos conceptos, dale me gusta a este video y suscríbete al canal para no perderte nuestras próximas lecciones. Mastering these automated safety systems is the absolute foundation of a modern pilot's career. Take a look at this diagram. It shows how TCAS creates an invisible surveillance bubble extending about 40 miles around the aircraft. It does this by constantly broadcasting radio signals to detect any intruders entering that space. Here's how that conversation happens. The system in our plane, let's call it Plane A, sends out a continuous search signal using what's called SSR, or Secondary Surveillance Radar technology. Think of it like a flashlight beam sweeping a dark room, operating at a specific radio frequency of 1030 MHz. When that signal strikes another aircraft, Plane B's reply signal, this time on a slightly different frequency of 1090 MHz. By measuring the data packed inside it, the TCAS computer instantly calculates the other plane's exact position, altitude, speed, and whether it's climbing or diving toward Plane A. These aircraft effectively build their own private mathematical network, communicating with each other without needing any help from the ground. There are two different classes of this technology. The first is called TCAS-I, mandated for smaller commuter aircraft carrying 10 to 30 passengers. TCAS-I is highly effective, but it has a specific limitation. It only issues what are called traffic advisories. It acts as an early warning bell, telling the pilot that another plane is within 35 to 40 miles, but then it leaves it entirely up to the human crew to look out the window and locate it. For larger, heavier aircraft, those carrying more than 30 passengers or weighing over 15,000 kilograms, aviation rules require a vastly more sophisticated system called TCAS-2. If TCAS-2 mathematically predicts an imminent collision, it goes beyond giving a simple warning. It issues a resolution advisory. This is an automated, high-priority command that tells the pilot exactly how to maneuver to avoid the crash. While the first version serves as a highly accurate proximity alarm, the second version acts as an active, predictive co-pilot that takes charge and directs emergency maneuvers. Let's return to that scenario we started with. Two commercial jets are miles apart, but unknowingly flying on a converging path. As the planes cross into that outer 40-mile warning zone, the first layer of defense kicks in. The cockpit speakers broadcast a clear, calm alert. Traffic, traffic. Hearing this, the pilot immediately checks their navigation screens, the digital flight maps that show exactly where every plane in the area is positioned. As we see on this screen, the system uses simple, brightly colored geometric shapes to communicate danger. A solid yellow circle, or a solid red square, pops up around the central airplane icon, instantly showing the exact threat level of the approaching aircraft. During this initial phase, the pilot isn't supposed to yank the controls. Their primary job is visual acquisition, scanning the horizon to find the threat with their own eyes. But in our scenario, the planes keep closing the distance. The math inside the TCAS-2 computer runs the trajectories, checks the speeds, and calculates that an impact is imminent. The system immediately upgrades to a resolution advisory. The warning becomes a loud, urgent command. Descend, descend. Look at how the system coordinates this. As our plane receives a downward arrow and the command to drop, the computer silently talks to the other jet. It forces the other pilot system to display a green upward arrow, giving them the opposite command, climb. To execute this maneuver, the pilot must instantly press the thumb button on their flight yoke to disconnect the autopilot, taking full manual control. They push the nose down, carefully watching no vertical speed indicator to ensure they match the exact safe rate of descent calculated by the computer. Which brings us back to our starting dilemma. What happens when the air traffic controller is simultaneously shouting at you to climb? The law dictates a strict golden rule. Pilots must always follow the TCAS command over air traffic control. The latest software calculates aircraft positions down to the microsecond. That mathematical precision is vastly more reliable than a human controller looking at a ground radar screen that might be delayed by several seconds. Even when ground systems fail or human communication breaks down, this autonomous shield of radio waves steps in. It is an invisible safety net, ensuring that every passenger gets home safely.